as a recipient. And we had the conversation about who wanted to be the administrative agent and the fiscal agent of that grant. We approached the district and said, do you guys want to be the ones that hold the funds? Do you want us to do it? We're good either way. Essentially, you have to be able to go in debt before you get reimbursed. The district did not want to take that on, so we're the ones who do that. And we do that on your behalf. So our funds go negative and we wait for the federal government to reimburse us. That's how it works. So, and actually it's not even the federal government. The federal government reimburses our funder. So it's even longer than that. Okay. So Act Now is the person who grants us money, and it comes from the federal government. So we've got the federal government, Act Now, us, and then you. So that's the flow through of the funds. Does this make sense so far?
Mhm.
Okay, so it's a whole process, a whole thing. So with assets, that's the part that's tricky. We essentially, when you purchase an asset is anything that costs more than $500, because we are the ones that are the administrative agent. Our fiscal handbook uses a $500 cutoff. Everybody is different in what they use as a cutoff. For this fiscal year, ours is $500. We're raising it actually because of this grant, but we're finding we don't like putting stickers on things that cost $500 anymore. It's a lot of stickers, right? So when we're audited, anything with an asset tag on it, our auditor can come and say, tell me where sticker number 5562 is and show me it. And I have to go to my inventory and take them to that item and prove that it's where I said it was. Does that essentially make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. So with the big items that we are purchasing under the grant for all of you, we don't want to have to transfer assets back and forth. So for the traverses, for example, we said, you guys purchase them and immediately we'll roll you the funds, right? So you guys made the purchase of both of those vehicles. I think they're around 50-some thousand, right? You hardly saw that money out of your account very long because we wrote you a check right away, right? So you invoiced us, we paid it within days, right? It was immediate. Same thing with the big bill that we just sent, that big long list of all of the different assets. I know it was a lot of money. Our grant has to be spent by June 30th or we don't access those funds. So we're down to the end. Those are all asset items. What I can't do is go and take down your scoreboard when the grant ends, for example. You know, if I bought you a scoreboard and we're the ones that purchase it, well, now my auditor says, where's that scoreboard? I'm not going to drive up here, rip it out of the ground and take it down to the ROE and put it up there, right? You want to own the asset. So it makes more sense for you to purchase it. It's on your books. We reimburse you. And again, it's slick. She sends me an email with the invoice. I pay it right away. Do you have questions about that? I mean, that's how it has to work, because otherwise it's my property and you don't want that. You want to own it because it's for your kids. I'm the bucket of money to save you money.
So you're doing this with every district, right? Or I'm assuming they're doing, we're
We're
the
the
only
only
ones doing
grant
this?
You're the only ones, and actually pretty much the state that's working like this. We
Really?
got really lucky. So
Okay.
Jody Scott, the previous regional superintendent, was the president of the Illinois Association of Regional Superintendents of Schools. So she had a really unique relationship where she was in the ears of some of the bigwigs in
Okay.
Chicago. And they're like, hey, we're going to try this community schools thing in Illinois. Because when she came in my office, she's like, hey, you do all of the work with us, the safe department. She's like, tell me a district. And I'm like, Abingdon-Avon, they do everything with us. She's like, okay, well, your kids are there. I'm like, but no, really, they do everything with us. So I showed her the data. So you guys do ALOP with us. You do the 21st century done after school with us. So I showed all of the different partnerships. We've got preschool with us. I'm like, really, they're our most highly engaged school district out of all the districts we work with. This one makes sense. She's like, let's do it. So we brought in our group. We met with Act Now and we basically sold our story and they picked us.
Mhm.
This is the grant that we thought we were losing, right?
Yes. So the federal government pulled back that money in December. because they said that we weren't following the law. Our program was, we are in open litigation currently. They agreed to continue it through the end of June, which is why we're so pressed to get the money that we currently have spent out. We are in litigation to continue it for the life of the grant, but it's been continued every day this week. So we're waiting on the judge. My personal name is signed to that lawsuit. So we're waiting.
How long do you think that will take?
I thought it would have been done Monday, but here we are.
That's soon.
Hopefully.
If you follow the news with some of these lawsuits, they know they had one with Title I, I
They
think,
did, and they won,
and they won it
right?
because it is legal.
Right,
And
it is legal.
the
We're not
judge
doing
knows that
anything.
those funds need to be expended
Right,
because kids need to be taught and they need
Correct.
those. So I think it'll be,
I really think that we're gonna win, but the issue is that what we don't want to have happen is that this fiscal year gets locked up and then we can't access this bunch of money. Which is why we're like, guys, you have to approve this so we can spend this money out.
Yeah.
Because once it's gone, I can't access it. And I can't wait too long because then I don't get reimbursed. And I'm not gonna come back to you. Well, I might have to come back to you and say, listen, you waited too long. You gotta pay me now. I don't want to do that.
Right.
And I haven't done that. So
no, it's been really good to us.
yeah.
Katie has
So
us.
yes.
This was a 5-year grant, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
That's my
And
question.
This was
yes.
only year 2.
yeah, this grant actually, in all technical terms, was supposed to extend clear out to 2030, right?
2030.
Yeah, 2025, 26.
Yeah. So the end of the 2030 school year. So as long as we win, it will, but right now we don't know. The only thing we do know that is for sure is that it will only go until June 30th of this year.
We don't want to lose those funds.
And we don't want to lose those funds. And we're down to about 200,000 that I've got to get obligated, which is that big long list of assets.
Mhm.
I pretty much anything that I could swing one way or another and not call it an asset, I did. And I went ahead and put the order through under my name. So I did already do that, but there's still a little list left of things that you guys have gotta push go on the bill. And then again, Kim will invoice me and I'll send the check. So, yeah. And then we'll wait for them to reimburse that.
Right.
So,
Any questions? Thank you.
no
Let's spend
problem.
some money.
No problem.
Yeah.
Spend money. I feel like I say that to lots of people and they're like, really? I'm like, yes.
Yeah. Use it or lose
I
it.
get to be Santa Claus.
All right.
Thank you. Does anybody else have any questions for Katie? Thank you for coming.
Thanks, Katie.
Thank you. Yes, good one. Yeah, no problem.
Do we have any additions or deletions to the agenda?
No.
Okay. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda? I'll make that motion.
Second.
Anthony,
Yeah.
Sarah,
Yes.
Chauncey,
Yes.
myself, yes, Andrea,
Yes.
Corey.
Yes. To have a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So move. Sarah, second.
Mhm.
Sarah,
Yes.
Chauncey,
Yes.
myself, yes, Andrea,
Yes.
Anthony,
Yeah.
Corey.
Yes. Principals reports, Mrs. Anderson.
On May 15th, we held graduation for 62 seniors. We had 100% graduation rate again for the second time in Abingdon-Avon Street. Pretty proud of that. I'm just gonna give you the highlights of this. Anna Servin, Abby Pig, and Johnny Simmons were chosen by their peers to speak at graduation. We honored 14 members of the National Honor Society, 6 cum laude graduates, 6 magna cum laude, and 17 summa cum laude graduates, 5 upward bound graduates, 23 academic sportsmanship winners, and 1 prospective military graduate. 4 students were named to the Academic Wall of Fame, chosen by the staff: Charlie Cox, Isabel Kemp, Angela Servin, and Lily Terwilliger. The day before that, we had 10 students from AHS graduate from Carl Sandburg with their Associates of Arts degree. So that's pretty awesome. We actually had 16 kids go through 6 completed classes, but didn't complete enough to get their associates. So at least they got a head start on college. We had 17 students volunteer to help at the Heading Grade School Field Day this year. So that's always fun for our kids to go over and play with the little kids. And it's great role model concept. We appreciate being included in that. I've been working on creating plans for fall and completing various other administrative tasks that I have to the end of the year. One big exciting piece of news is that our Ag Issues team won the state championship. So we have a whole new group of state champions in our building, and they were honored last Tuesday, Wednesday, I don't know, whatever day I wait in the field, to be honored as state champions, and they will not compete at the nationals in Indiana. Yeah, in October.
Indianapolis.
So pretty awesome.
Thank you. Mrs. Sherpy?
Good evening, everyone. Heading grade school into the year on a high note, so we're really excited about that. We are proud of the work and growth and dedication shown by our students and our staff and families throughout the year. Our office staff has been busy preparing for the registration, in-person registration dates before they leave for summer. They've continued with the Skyward rollover process. So now I can start uploading students into class lists for next year. Our custodial team is knocking it out of the park. They're working really hard. Our building is starting to shine. They're, washing the floors, the carpets, dusting. It's going to be an amazing start to the school year. And then our leadership team will be meeting sometime in August to review data from our IAR and our STAR scores and our FastBridge scores so that we can use that information to create goals for our students and our staff for the beginning of the school year. That's all I have.
Thank you. Ms. Craver?
Good evening. On May 22nd, Ms. Thompson brought down a group of 4th grade students to meet with the 5th grade teachers. The students asked some great questions about middle school and how they should prepare. At the beginning of the school year, since we had to cancel orientation due to me being sick, I'm going to have like a 5th grade section just for the 5th grade to come. We'll have a mini orientation and then they'll get their schedules and they can look around the building without any of the other grade levels being in the building. So we will do that separate on the same night as the others do backpack night. On the last day of school, we held class wars. Similar to last year, students participated in a variety of games. There was the penalty kick, a school-wide rock, paper, scissors championship that we did during SOAR for the last week and a half of school. So there was a staff tournament and then there was a student tournament. The kids loved that. It was a lot of fun. So this year, the 8th graders won the entire tournament, which is not surprising because they are the largest class and they had the best attendance that day as well. So a big thank you to Mrs. Kitch, Mrs. Hendricks, Miss Williams, Mrs. Fowler, and Mrs. Kimsey for putting on the activity day. They spent a lot of time planning and preparing for that, and the kids had fun. Congratulations to Kendrick Johnson for representing the middle school at the IESA state track meet in May. As far as summer updates, the food pantry is still serving the families in the Avon and Abingdon communities. Mrs. McWhorter is running that pantry this summer. So again, a big thank you to her. She's servicing 20 families every 2 weeks, just in Avon alone. So she's really got the program going well. Mr. Hardy and I are working on scheduling for all 5th through 8th grade students who will be at middle school in the fall. And I am in the process of adding new staff to all the online platforms, making preparations for the beginning of the year in August. Oh, no, I didn't mean, no, I didn't say crap.
As soon as you,
I thought that's exactly what I
I'm
thought.
doing a whole bunch of crap.
you're on camera.
Miss
I
Andrews?
knew you didn't mean
Well,
that,
you know
but
me, I
Christie
always-
laughed and I laughed, so
To
we.
look at. We heard the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun stuff to look at.
Thank you.
It's okay.
All right.
Oh, my.
These are our, if anybody else wants to see our IAR scores, you know, Okay, IAR scores came in on May 20th. And the first 2 pages are spring of 26 IAR scores. The last 2 pages are the previous years. So that what you are able to do is, if you look at the performance level, under where it says proficient, that will tell you the percentage of students in the grade level that were either proficient or above proficient. And so, for example, on the first page, grade 3 math, 61% of the students were proficient or above. And then it breaks it down into the percentage of each of the categories and how many students that actually was. So you can see that, but then you can also are able to do a comparison. So, for example, last year's third graders in English language arts, 36% were proficient. And this year in English language arts, in those same third graders that were now fourth graders, 54% were proficient or above. So I mean, you can kind of do a comparison between years if you choose to, or within the same grade level. We were very, very pleased this year with our IAR scores. In both content areas, we don't have science back yet; those have not come back. But in both content areas, as you can see, in ELA, every grade level that takes IAR was over 50%. We had some really notable grade levels, as you can see, that did extremely well. And in math, I feel like we really did much better than what we had done in 2025. If you look at math proficiency from 2025 to 2026, for the most part, things are improving. So we feel like between the training that the teachers have been getting, whether it be with ULLC or the curriculum companies, and the curriculum that we're using is obviously what's working. Plus, we've got really good teachers that are.
They worked really hard. Yeah.
Is there a big jump from like fourth to fifth? Because I noticed that was the only one that dropped.
That's the only one. I'm going to say for fifth grade, fifth grade, this was their first year at the middle school. And that teacher was used to having 80 minutes of math, time to teach math, and came here and now has how long? 64 to teach the same lessons. And it was a huge adjustment, I think, for the kids and for the teacher this year. So we're hoping that getting that under their belt, that we can see some change with that. But yeah, overall, we're really pleased with the direction things are going.
Do you think the science will be similar then?
Yeah, we haven't gotten the science results back yet for this year, but once we do, I'll let you guys see those.
Our science scores are usually.
Pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, now we're pretty close.
Yeah, thank you. Financial report, Kim?
Just so everybody knows, the amount on the bills that were approved earlier was $322,152.40. The journal entry amount that was also approved was $537,283.26. Our month to date revenue is $854,908.21. Year to date revenue is $15,152,117.84. Month to date expenditures was $1,541,354.47. Year-to-date expenditures is $16,347,458.30.
Any questions? Yep. Superintendent's report?
I sent you guys out my report. Did you guys have any questions about anything I had on there? You'll see one of the things, when we go down to, school fees. We haven't raised school fees here probably in 5 or 6 years, so, I did a little, checking around, and what I proposed, which was on my report, is competitive. One of the other things that I think I had shared with you earlier was we haven't sold a lot of family passes and individual passes for the season. We're trying to cut into that $40,000 worth of officials and game costs a little bit. We're trying to get that. You know, you don't necessarily want to get it all, but you want to try to chip away at that a little bit. We want to put those for sale this summer. And then, we raised driver's ed hasn't been raised in many years. So, with gas prices going up, we'd like to just raise that $25. So any questions for me?
Thank you. All right, moving on to new business, 11.1, current openings.
I have special ed, assistant volleyball coach and assistant JV football.
After tonight, I'm hoping to just have Lego robotics.
For tonight, I'm hoping to have no openings.
Very good. Moving on, 11.2, barriers proposal from 48 barriers.
Sure. I shared that with you last month. That was a pretty good price tag, and we had a plan B going. Well, the good news is, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I want to pass that down if you remember. Thank you.
I'll take care of you.
Yeah, I appreciate that, buddy. These are rubberized, and I was able to get them under the grant that Katie was talking about. So what you're voting on is grant funded. I just wanted to make sure you guys were okay with getting that. And we were going to use cement, and these will be green, dark green, so they'll look nice with the new surface and everything else. So,
Do they come with reflective strips on them, or is that something?
stuff we'll have to add.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to add that, and then we'll have a sign. Obviously, we'll have the bus lane and. No, they won't call you there anything like that. Yeah, so anyway, that's what that is. So that's for the bus lane at the high school, and we're trying to increase safety there with our students and the busing of the kids that are coming from the middle school and elementary.
How many openings are you gonna put?
Three openings. It'd be
So
three
what-
openings.
At the doors, right?
Mhm.
And
There'll
then
be two at the doors and then one more probably at the far end towards the weight room.
towards the way.
Yeah. Mhm.
Any other questions? Okay. 11.3, school improvement plan for special ed.
Tonight you have, you should have had a copy of our school improvement plan. We need to vote on it for grant money. We're receiving $31,000 from the state of Illinois, for our special education students. So I just need you to take a look at that and make sure you're all okay with our school improvement plan.
Okay. Any other questions? All right. 11.4, non-bargaining employee salary increases. I believe Bill sent those to us earlier. Everybody take a look at those.
We have a copy of those too, if you didn't have a chance to look.
Yeah, I
at
didn't have a
those.
chance to look at it. My power was out all day.
The power of that?
Do you have another copy?
Big ton of power.
That's
Substation,
amazing.
substations by mama.
Yeah. Just have to look at those.
All right. We can take a look at that. So we'll move on. 11.5, school fees.
Yeah, just to go over those again, we increased high school and middle school fees to $80, elementary 65. tech fee will remain at 40, driver's ed from 75 to 100. Our sports passes are 125 for an individual and 175 for a family. And that gets them into any varsity event, any middle school event. It covers
not
them.
IHSA or IESA.
Just tournament games. Yeah, that
Yeah, no,
doesn't
tournament
count.
games.
Yeah, so we think this might help some of our families a little bit that go to a lot of events. We do have a lot of folks that go to a lot of things with their kids. Yeah. Oh, and then senior citizens can pick a pass up for free.
Very good. Any other questions? All right. Moving on to action items. 12.1, consider for approval the
13. Okay, I got 13 on the action. Never mind, I'll shut up.
12 action items. 12.1, consider for approval the barriers proposal from 48 barriers. Can I get a motion?
So, second,
Sarah,
Yes.
Chauncey,
yes.
myself, yes. Andrea,
Yes.
Anthony. Yeah. Corey.
Yes. Motion carries. 12.2, consider for approval the school improvement plan for special ed HGS. I will make that motion.
Second.
Chauncey,
Yes.
myself, yes. Andrea.
Yeah.
Anthony. Yeah. Sarah,
Yes.
Corey.
Yes. Motion carries. 12.3, consider for approval school fees for 26-27.
So move.
Second,
Myself, yes. Andrea.
Yeah.
Anthony. Yeah. Sarah,
Yes.
Chauncey,
yes.
Corey.
Yes. Motion carries. Does anybody have a reason to go into executive session? No. Moving on. 14, action items, possible action items. Consider for approval the June 2026 personnel report. Can I get a motion? I will make the motion.
What, excuse me?
I will make
Okay.
the motion. Yes.
I'm yakking. Come on.
Second.
Anthony. Yeah. Andrea,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Chauncey,
Yes.
myself, yes. Corey.
Yes. Motion carries. 14.2, consider for approval the non-bargaining employee salary increases fiscal year 27. Can I get a motion?
So move.
Second?
I'll second. Chauncey,
Yes.
myself, yes. Anthony. Yeah. Andrea,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Corey.
Yes. Motion carries. 15, any discussion items? Can I get a motion to adjourn? I'll second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.